take that down. Thank God Facebook wasn't around when my mom was a parent. Oh my God, she'd be drinking wine and posting nudes of me nonstop. Look at her little clit. Look at that baby clit. We call her baby clit around the house. Hey, baby clit. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heather Shaw is Kidding. It's me, Heather Shaw. Happy Wednesday. How you doing out there? I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I'm back, baby. I was sick as shit last week. I'm sure you could hear it. I'm sure you felt so bad thinking you were going to catch it just by listening to me. You were going to catch the cold, catch the gay. I'm back and I'm straight and I love my husband. Welcome. It's been a fun week here. Good little news stories we got going on. I'm doing live shows always. I got a little break. Got to stay home a little. 9 days off from the road, and now I'm really amping up. Really going to be on the road of all of April, basically. Tonight, I'm at Baltimore. I'm in Baltimore at Magooby's tonight. Friday and Saturday, I'm in Long Island. Come out to the Governor's Clubs in Long Island. Friday, I'm in Belmore. Saturday, I'm in Levittown. Come on out, you Long Island trash. I love you so much. Convince me that Trump is a good president. Do something, Long Island. I love you. I love Long Island. Last time I was in Long Island, I'm not going to say the last time I played Long Island because I'm not a musician. I hate when people are like, where are you playing next? I'm like, I literally just say queef jokes into a microphone. There is no playing to be had. I'm not John Mayer. Who apparently is he fucking Andy Cohen? He should change his name to John Gayer. And then Sunday I'm at the Mohegan Sun. I'm at Comics Roadhouse in the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. Did not know that was a place that existed. Can't wait to check it out. If you're in any of those cities, come out to the shows. And then I'll tell you all about the upcoming cities at the end of the show. But we don't need to cover that now. Just if you're in Baltimore, Long Island, Uncasville, come out to the goddamn shows, motherfucker. You're going to have a fucking blast. I love roasting every city I'm in. It's unhinged. It's fun. It's dark. It's goofy. What's not to love? If you like Jesus Christ or clean comedy, stay the fuck away from me. You're going to hate me. I'm not going to enjoy you. Join the Patreon. If you're not a Patreon member, what the fuck are you doing? It's becoming a real fun community over there. There are, I think, 64, 65 bonus episodes posted. I posted a bonus episode every single week for you people. I'll tell you what's going on behind the scenes. Real exciting stuff. The last episode on Patreon, I talked about, just hanging out with Trixie Mattel. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I somehow got into a situation where I was hanging out with Trixie Mattel, watching a drag show with Trixie Mattel. We went to another gay bar. Brian out of drag. Trixie in drag. I ended up just hanging out with Trixie and her posse of beautiful people. I talked about that in the last Patreon episode. So join if you want to hear about that. I didn't even post it on social. It wasn't like, I'm not really a fame whore like that. I didn't want to make it uncomfy for anybody. It wasn't about to post a TikTok with Trixie in the background going like, what the fuck are you doing? But it was a very fun time. And I got to say, for the public record, Trixie Mattel / Brian, Brixie, as I called it to no one, the most lovely human being you could ever meet. Truly. Not just saying that. She didn't pay me. The payment has not come through yet. I'm waiting on it. Truly the nicest famous millionaire I will ever meet. And I sat courtside next to Kathy Griffin once at a WNBA game. And she was very nice. I actually haven't met any really awful people. There's some male comedians that are not great, but for the most part, everybody that I've met, either working with or just socially, very nice. And Trixie Mattel, I didn't think she was going to be a bitch. I did not. No part of me was like, she's going to be a diva but I thought maybe, okay, she's so famous and so rich and so busy and successful that like, maybe she'll be a bit guarded. I would expect that. If I was at her level, I would be pretty guarded. No, she is Midwestern to the core. So nice, so humble, so genuine. If you just saw Brian on the street, you wouldn't think, and you didn't know him, you wouldn't think they were a uber successful, famous millionaire, most, the second most famous drag queen in the entire world behind RuPaul. So that was amazing. Sorry, I still have a little cough, by the way. If you hear it, I'm so sorry. I'm working on getting it out. And by that, I mean just coughing all the time that I want to. Anyways, join the Patreon, patreon.com/HeatherShawComedy. Hear all the things. If you just want to check out one episode, every episode is for sale over there. I think like $5. I'm a cheap whore. It doesn't Patreon. You can pay $3 a month on Patreon to be a member, and you'll get the same access as if you were to pay $10. I'm a socialist cheap whore. I work harder than the United States healthcare system does. I give away more. All right, let's get into the show. Oh, and thank you for rating and reviewing. I always got to say it. All the queefs coming in. Love it so much. Let's keep this bit going until we all die. Okay? Rate the show, review it with queef. That's all I ask from you people. And by you people, I mean probably mostly white. Okay. Justin Bieber. Let's get into Justin Biebs. It's been a rough few weeks for Justin Bieber. I mean, he's kind of slowly been going downhill after the Diddler's arrest. When was the Diddler arrested? That feels like so long ago. Wasn't it the beginning of this year? When was it? Christmas? When was Diddler? I can't say Diddler. When was Diddy arrested? I'm Googling this currently. September 2024. Wow. That seems like wild. So I would say, once his alleged abuser got locked up and then he had to revisit all of that, all those wounds, I understand. I understand why he's going off the deep end. It's a helpless feeling. I'm not a believer. I really don't like a lot of his music. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? I'm not a, horny 16-year-old, or never was at that point. When he was famous, I was, I've moved on. I was a Justin Timberlake girl, and then he became a douche, and I said, I'm gay. But, yeah, it just seems like he's had a rough go of it. He married his stalker. I mean, what does Hailey Bieber do successfully? What does she do? If you're a fan of Hailey Bieber, what are you a fan of? Existence? What does she do? She's not even a Nepo baby, because Nepo babies at least go into a field and work like the industry, not an actual field. But what does she? She's not even like a successful Nepo baby. Is she a Nepo baby? I mean, I thought a Nepo baby means you got connections and it was easier for you to get jobs or to do the thing you wanted to do in life because of the connections you had in the industry you want to work in. She has all those connections, but I think all she's done successfully is stalk Justin Bieber and get him to marry her. Which, if Justin Bieber's been on the same amount of drugs he's been on since he was 16, not hard to do. He doesn't know where he is. I don't know if he knows his own kid's name at this point. I feel like he should have just named his kid Xanax or Oxy, and he probably would have remembered it more. I'm not here to beat up on Justin Bieber, okay? These are just jokes. I'm a comedian. Also, we don't know these people. Also, they wouldn't give a shit about us. Just so you know, Justin Bieber does not have the capacity to care about you because he doesn't even care about himself. But he's been deeply traumatized since his entire life. I mean, his parents basically sold him to the industry. Diddy allegedly did what he did with Bieber's booty hole. Usher failed him. He had love with Selena Gomez, but it's like, 16-year-old love. I mean, how real can that be? I guess it's very real. He seems like he's crashing out now. Now that Selena Gomez has found love with Benny Blanco, Justin Bieber hates his wife. He's like a true boomer. I feel like Justin Bieber relates to boomer memes about how much they hate their wives, because he's so that. Yeah, I've only had one pain in my neck for 40 years, and that pain is my wife's name. You know what I mean? Or it's like a picture of like a bottle of wine being like, how I get through my marriage. Drunk. Boomer memes, boomer humor. I feel like Justin relates to it because he hates his fucking wife. The old ball and chain bitch Bieber. Baldwin Bieber. Yeah, I don't know what Hailey has done successfully. I really couldn't tell you. I don't think she acts. I don't think she's put out a song. I think she just successfully stalked her prey, landed her prey, and is now hated by her prey. She had a kid. She had a kid with the person she stalked. That's fun. That's impressive. That's very impressive. But yeah, now it seems like Justin's not only dealing with what's happened to him from P. Diddy being arrested and having to revisit those old wounds. It makes sense why he'd be knee deep in pills or whatever he's on. To me, it seems like pills. He's got that Meredith Marks lean. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. Meredith Marks is like the most successful Xanax user because she can function and be on 5 seasons of Real Housewives and not really give it away. There's just hints of it. The rumors, the nastiness, her husband, you know. But he's definitely on benzos. He's definitely on downers. He was on live on Instagram for like, I don't know, a minute. And his eyes were just down to his chin. You know, he might as well have been napping. I mean, his eyes were, if you're watching the YouTube video now, it was like this. You know, it's just like this. And I'm like, I've seen every episode of Intervention. I know what that is, baby. That's downers. Them babies is pills. But I would also be crashing out if I were Justin Bieber, realizing all these things. I married my stalker. I hate her, by the way, and I still married her, and I had a kid with her. I miss my ex. My ex has moved on and is now with someone she claims is the love of her life. And it's Benny Blanco. That's a blow to the ego. Dude, if my fiance left me, okay, or if my ex fell in love and the love of their life was Benny Blanco, I would also be crashing the fuck out. Benny Blanco, and you look like Justin Bieber, and you are Justin Bieber, and your ex has moved on and is happy with someone who looks like Benny Blanco. Benny Blanco looks like a Geico caveman. He looks like the hottest caveman in the Geico cave. I mean, I know he has a winning personality. I know he treats Selena really well. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying on a shallow, objectively speaking viewpoint of this, Benny Blanco is not hot. Okay, there's no way you can convince me he's hot. He's never fixed his teeth. I really appreciate that about Benny Blanco. He's just always rode out with those suckers. Looks like a fucked up fence after a hurricane. His teeth just look like post-hurricane fence. But yeah, if I was Bieber and I was like, wait a minute, you are happy with that guy? Yikes. I would be pumping oxys left and right, trying to meet Mac Miller in heaven. I don't know what's going on. It's not funny to say that he's definitely struggling. And it's, if he passes, everyone's going to kind of sound like an asshole if they're talking about it this way. But it is what it is. It's the truth. It's the reality. You want me to sugarcoat what's going on? I don't think so. This is what's really going on. Somebody's got to intervene. Someone's got to intervene in Bieber's life. It's not good. Nothing good comes from where he's at. The point of going on live on Instagram, looking the way he looks. I mean, nothing good comes of that. What comes is either death or, I don't know. I don't think he'd ever be locked up. But the saying is always with addiction, the only 2 options for getting out of addiction are prison or death. You know, I don't see Bieber going to prison, so I could absolutely see him dying, though. And it's sad. We can't lose Bieber. And it's not his fault. He was completely traumatized his entire life. His parents sucked ass. They didn't protect him from the industry vultures. His main abuser allegedly is now locked up and things are being released and tapes. And somebody's seen, Bieber get taken advantage of as a fucking, 15-year-old? Not even. That's crazy. And then the love of your life has moved on with Benny Blanco. I mean, it's not like she's dating Jacob Elordi. You know what I mean? It's not like he's like, fuck, I lost her to Jacob. No, he lost her to Benny Blanco. Like, ooga booga, bitch. Benny Blanco looks like one of the Mucinex germs. Okay? Imagine losing your girl to that. You lost your girl to a Mucinex germ? It's not good. I get why he's crashing out. I hope he gets better. And it will be devastating to lose Justin Bieber, an icon, and it's just crazy that, like, history just always repeats. No matter how many fucking famous, amazing people die from drugs, it will never end the amount of amazing, famous people who die from drugs. it goes on and on. It repeats itself. Somebody said that Hailey Bieber unfollowed Justin on Instagram, and Hailey Bieber responded, she's so annoying. She responded with, it's a glitch. I didn't unfollow him. Hope this helps. Ew, what do you do, bitch? What do you do successfully? You have too much attitude for somebody who has not achieved a damn thing in this life. Oh, she has that road. What does she have? What's road? Is it makeup? That's an industry that really needs to be broken into. Rhode, Hailey Rhode Bieber, designed to nourish your skin barrier, giving instant dewy glow and improving the look of skin over time. How funny would it be if it's just, never mind. It's not that funny. Yeah, Hailey Rhode Bieber. So she came out with a skincare line that I'm sure she slaved over. Maybe that's not the right verb for that. We're going to talk about Kanye West soon. Don't worry. We'll keep an eye on Bieber. Don't really know what's going on. It's sad. And I also gotta say, it's really unfortunate to see Gen Z be so fucking stupid online. I'm seeing 2 responses from Gen Z who are, by the way, now Gen Z is entirely too old to be this dumb. And I gotta say, the children were absolutely left behind, bitch. George Bush did a number on this country because the children have left behind. They can't even read. They can't read social cues. They can't read big words. They can't read any words. They can't read things that are like media literacy. Media illiterate, bitch. I've seen 2 responses from Gen Z that convince me that these people are fucking so dumb. Not all of them. It's like men. Not all of them. But, a good amount. The number 1 response that's insane is, guys, he's just joking. Bieber is like known to be a big jokester. He's a prankster. He's just joking. Like, ha ha ha. How funny. You are so dumb. Stop defending. You're an enabler. You're like an enabler of a parent who's like, they'll be fine. He's just going through a phase. It's just fentanyl. Oh my God, relax. It's not like he's gay. And then the other response I'm seeing a lot from Gen Z is, guys, I don't know. I think he might have a problem. You fucking think, Stephanie? What? Hello? Yes, he has a problem. His eyes are barely open. He is almost drooling everywhere. He is high as a motherfucking kite. He has been through unimaginable trauma. Guys, I don't know. This doesn't seem like the normal Justin. No fucking shit. Please, dear God, go back. Go back to school. Please teach a class in media literacy. They're going to have to start teaching media literacy in classes. If they're not going to teach kids how to read, they better teach them how to be literate when it comes to media. Holy shit, it's crazy. I mean, Gen Z will also get on and talk about talk about shows and point out symbols, or they'll point out things that they think are like hidden meanings in a show, and it's like just the obvious plot of a show. It's weird. They'll be like, guys, I don't know about this, but like on Yellow Jackets, it seems like maybe they're all just kind of going crazy out in the woods. Yes, Becca, that's exactly it. That is the point of the fucking show. I don't know. It seems like the soccer team is maybe stranded in the woods. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. It's fucking crazy. It's wild. The lack of media literacy. Get it together, Gen Z. You are the future and you're all conservatives. It's weird. You're either conservative or you're like fully trans. Is there anybody in between who's just like, I'm just gay? I'm a gay Gen Z. And by the way, it's fine to be trans. I'm just saying it's a stark contrast with Gen Z. It's very stark. Millennials have this more like, of course there are people, millennials that are conservative. Of course, there's super left-leaning millennials. But like millennials at the core, we all kind of stuck together. We're all, the majority of us are progressive. We all want the same things in life. We all kind of stick together. And Gen Z is much more polarizing from each other. You could either meet a really cool Gen Z kid or a really fucking weird Gen Z kid, or like a super uber conservative brainwashed Gen Z kid. Like, you don't know what you're getting with Gen Z. You know what I mean? I think millennials kind of have this instinctiveness to stick together as a group of a generation. I don't know. These are just things I notice. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just old. Elder millennial bullshit. All right, let's move on to Brooke Hogan. I love her now. Brooke Hogan, if you're listening to this, I love you. I support you, Queen. Brooke Hogan was born to Hulk Hogan and Linda Hogan. She inherited her father's jawline. That's not an easy task. That's not an easy life. It also is not easy to have your dad be Hulk Hogan, who has really gone off the deep end. He is such a Terry. He looks like a Terry. His name's Terry. He is such a Terry. He is such a Florida guy named Terry. It's like that is the epitome of every Florida man I've ever met named Terry. Like golfer, but also cheats on their wives. But also, claims to love God, and also their God is Trump. Like it's a lot. Linda Hogan, so they had that reality show when Brooke Hogan was a teenager in Florida. Brooke Hogan's brother is kind of a piece of shit. I mean, I think he's had multiple DUIs. The first DUI he got, I believe, was the one where he paralyzed his best friend. Yeah. And then got a DUI, 5 or 10 years after that? Like, dude, if I paralyzed anybody I knew personally, my best friend, I think I'd be stopped. I don't think I'd drink ever again. I think I'd just kill myself. Or certainly would be like, okay, Ubers from now on. That's it. You know what I mean? I would invent Uber if it hadn't even been invented yet. If I paralyzed my friend from drinking and driving, I would just invent Uber. I'd do something. I certainly wouldn't keep drinking and driving and getting another DUI 10 years later. Like it all just, it's a clean slate. So Brooke Hogan's had, her family's kind of crazy. Her dad's Hulk Hogan. He had that famous sex tape where he was banging. Hulk Hogan was banging his best friend's wife. His best friend knew it. So it was like they just passed around his wife, which is fine, fun, swinging. It was videotaped because his best friend, Bubba the Love Sponge, if you remember this, you're a real millennial. His best friend, Bubba the Love Sponge, put up a camera in his own room and then taped Hulk Hogan banging his wife. Hulk Hogan is banging his best friend's wife and then has to stop mid-pump because his phone starts ringing. And what is his ringtone on his phone? His daughter Brooke Hogan's song. And not once did that man lose his boner. He was pumping a woman, his best friend's woman, heard his daughter singing, got up, and that boner stayed boned, baby. It stayed hard. He answered it. Hello, brother. Hey, how you doing, brother? I think he hung up and was like, yeah, to hear that song? That's my daughter's song. Talking about his daughter. I would have gone no contact so fast, and Brooke Hogan has gone no contact. She said, fuck you, people. Excuse me. Hulk Hogan's ex-wife Linda got online, I think last week, bitching and moaning. Typical self-involved pseudo-boomer. I mean, these are boomers. It's very boomer behavior. Woe is me. I'm the victim. I'm the parent, and also the reason why I don't talk to my kid is out of my control. When any parent tells me, if I hear a parent go, oh, my kids don't talk to me, I don't think, what's wrong? Why are your kids suck? What did your kids do that made them this way? I think, oh, you're an awful piece of shit parent. You're a bad parent. Kids don't cut out parents willy-nilly. Kids typically want to love their parents and will fight tooth and nail to love their parents even through their faults. So if a kid is cutting you off, you're a bad parent. Very seldomly is a child in the wrong for cutting off their parents. So I never buy into if I see a parent bitching about, oh, my kid doesn't talk to me, I'm like, yeah, you are probably evil. Or you're just bad. You're judgmental. You don't take ownership of the trauma. Hey, every parent inflicts trauma on their kids. It's part of what they do. It's just part of being a parent. You're going to fuck up. But owning up to those mistakes is very important. And when parents don't do that, that's when you get into real pickles, bitch. On Wednesday, March 26th, Linda Hogan claimed her family is the worst mess, leading to a war of words with her daughter, Brooke Hogan. Brooke claimed that she had no contact with her parents due to being extremely verbally and mentally abused since childhood. Good for her. Good for her. Linda responded with her own claims that her daughter was a narcissist just like her dad and denied the abuse allegations. Yeah, I mean, way to mend a relationship with your daughter. You're just as bad as my husband who I've stayed married to forever. You're a narcissist like him. I don't know. When somebody calls somebody else a narcissist for being the victim, it makes me think you're the narcissist, Linda. I think you might be the narc. Linda made an emotional video and posted it to Facebook, as every boomer mom does, claiming that their family is the worst mess. And Brooke said that, in the video, Linda's like, my family, and she's like crying, and she's got bruised chins because she claims it was her first time doing Botox in a while. Sure, girl. But she goes like, my family's in a mess. I haven't talked to Brooke in 7 years. I don't know what's going on with Brooke. And she's mad at her dad, and she just lumped me in with her dad. Maybe because you're both parents. If her dad did something wrong and you stood by and did nothing and did not defend your daughter, or did not, reprimand your husband for how he was treating your daughter, you're also the bad person. Send this to your boomer parents. Those unemotional fucks. Those no therapy having, emotionally immature, stunted motherfucking assholes. Selfish. They're very selfish, the boomers. My parents are boomers, incredibly selfish people. I don't think my parents have once, since they found out I've been engaged, asked me about my wedding. I don't expect them to. You know why? Because they're boomers. They live in their own world. I'm surprised they remember my name. Boomers, baby. And then Linda goes, oh, but Nick, he's the only one who's been perfect this whole time. I just love Nick. He's just a golden boy. I'm like, your son literally paralyzed somebody by drinking and driving. You are an enabling piece of shit. I hope you die alone. I have no sympathy for bad parenting. I don't. It's really easy to own up to mistakes you made because you're going to make mistakes. You're human. It's not the problem isn't that you made mistakes. It's that you dig in your heels and you go, no, I was perfect. You're the problem. And then, emotional abuse, verbal abuse, that doesn't help. Even if you weren't the one doing it, Linda, if you were just witnessing it and not doing a fucking thing about it, I just have no sympathy. You're not going to stand up and protect your children against a guy named Hulk. For you having children with this guy is number one, the biggest issue here. You did a 50% good job. Brooke is great, and it's because she doesn't talk to you freaks. And Nick sucks dick. Not literally, but maybe he'll get to that point. Brooke has, she decided to have she went no contact with each of her parents for completely separate reasons. She said this decision was made based purely on how they have each dealt with me directly my entire life. Yeah, I am so happy for Brooke Hogan. She's in a great place. She doesn't have to deal with this fucking nasty bullshit. Think of the shit she'd have to hear. Just the snide comments. If she was being verbally abused her whole life, when you're a kid, you can't escape it really unless you go to your room and pretend to sleep. But imagine she just knows bringing her, I think she has twins with her husband. I think she just knows if she brought her kids around Linda would be making some shitty fucking remarks or starting that cycle of abuse on her own children. Good for Brooke for cutting it off. Shout out to Brooke Hogan. She also made some good fucking music. She made a banger with Paul Wall. So I'm a big fan of Brooke Hogan, and I hope the best for her. Without naming a specific parent, Brooke noted, up until adulthood, I've received berating and vile text messages, verbal, public reamings with unbelievably hurtful words said to me that cannot be forgotten. Yeah, I can't imagine. Sadly, it would... Oh, eesh. She says, I have been extremely verbally and mentally abused since childhood. Sadly, it would frequently turn physical. I was thinking that. Because usually if it's extreme verbal and mental abuse, it doesn't really just stop there. So that's interesting. I was thinking that, but I didn't want to put that out there now that I'm reading this. Sometimes it's not by the person you would assume. Abuse comes in all shapes and sizes. So she's saying her mom beat the shit out of her. She's saying it's not the person you'd assume, which is the fucking professional wrestler / Trumper, I don't remember this audio that he released. I'm just trying to, here's what Linda said. Brooke is a narcissist, just like your dad, going out spewing lies to everyone. I'm supposed to defend my truth against that. I think I spanked Brooke once. Yeah, I called her a couple names. By no means ever treated her the way she's painting it. Bitch, please. Die alone, bitch. Die alone. I have no sympathy. No sympathy. Enjoy your life alone in Florida. Shout out to Brooke Hogan. Love to see it. I love to see kids realizing their worth. I mean, Brooke Hogan's a full-grown adult now. I'm just saying, in this scenario, you know, it all happened when she was a kid. I love to see kids grow up, realize their worth, and say fuck you to their parents. I don't go no contact with my parents because my parents are good people. They're boomers. You know, they're very good people. They do love me. It is what it is. If you can kind of come to terms with like, hey, your parents, some boomers are great, by the way. I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying, you know, most boomers. If you can come to terms with your parents, might be a little selfish or might be a little self-involved or might be up their own ass because they've been coddled their entire life. These boomers, they've had everything given to them. They had the best economy. They had the best upbringing. They had, you know, everything was handed to them. They had best incomes. They had best chances of buying a house. They had access to savings. You know, they could have 3 kids in their 20s and 30s and it not be a complete struggle. And they could raise a family in a, 4-bedroom house without breaking the bank. You know, these people are just a little entitled because it's how they came up. That's just how they are. If you can come to terms with that, if your parents aren't evil, they're just a little selfish and a little self-involved, it's okay. You just kind of do your thing, say hi, Merry Christmas, and move on. All right. Shout out to Brooke Hogan, though. Before we get into ads, I did want to talk about Trump. You know him, you love him. Just kidding. Unless you do. There are Trumpers that listen to this, I'm sure. Because they think I'm Candace Owens. I don't know. They're the blind Trumpers. Are there blind Trumpers? I don't know. They just listen to Candace Owens and you tell them she's black and they go, holy shit, what? Okay. Trump is trying to seek a 3rd term. Isn't that fun? Guys, so sorry about coughing so much. I really apologize. I know it's very annoying. Is it more annoying than a mouth fart? Probably. Fart, not vart, not vag fart. A vart is a vag fart, queef. My dog just sighed so heavily. Edie is sleeping on the floor next to me. And I just, when I said vag fart, I just heard her go, she's like, why did this bitch have to take me in? Can Donald Trump seek a 3rd term? Donald Trump is saying he's not joking, he said, about the possibility of seeking a 3rd term as the president. Even though the U.S. Constitution bars presidents from being elected more than twice, he says there are methods which you could do it. Dictatorship. He said one such method, he hinted, could involve J.D. Vance running and then stepping down if elected to allow Trump to take over. Yeah, unless you have somebody interfering with those voting and election results, I don't see anybody nominating J.D. Vance for president. Trump is kind of really ruining any chances of people. If they did overwhelmingly vote for Trump, they're not going to do it again. I mean, he's starting tariff wars with every country. Inflation is going to rise. Blue-collar workers suffer. People with cancer treatments suffer. Nebraska farmers suffer. He's not doing a great job. I think the faith in this president was already low when he got in office, and now it's just at an all-time low. And not to mention, if Trump gets a 3rd term somehow in his magical, fantastical mind, that's straight-up elder abuse. That's elder abuse. He's 78. By the time he finishes this 2nd term, 9, 81, 2, it'll be 82 years old. I think that was the age that Biden had to step out of the race. He'll probably be in the same mental decline as Joe Biden. He treats his body like garbage. I think he throws down Adderall every day. He eats McDonald's. He's got access to the best doctors, but there's only so much they can do with that kind of body. Karma's coming for the guy, not a threat. I'm just saying that he doesn't treat his body very nice. It may be a little hard for him to live comfortably and sharply into his 80s. This is just all realistic takes on it. If you presented me with someone who was not as healthy as Trump and they're 78, I would give him to 85. I really would. This is not somebody that's going to be thriving in their 90s. I've met my fiance's grandma is 90 years old and sharp as a tack. Sharp, bitch. You think you're talking to a fucking 50-year-old. So it's very possible. It's not just because you're old. It really depends on how you treat your body your entire life. It really depends on what steps you take your entire life to ensure a good time in your 80s and 90s. I don't think Trump has really done that. I mean, physically, he doesn't look very healthy. He's got a big body, big bloated body. I don't think he eats healthy. I can't see him drinking water, but maybe he does every now and then. I think he's probably on some kind of speed. You know, he's 78. I'm tired and I'm 37. I'm tired, bitch. You know, and I have to tell jokes for a living. I don't know where these geriatrics in Congress get the energy. Is it fucking people over that gives them energy? Is that where they get it? Is that their version of meth? Is just taking away cancer treatments from children? Is that what gets them a pep in their step? I don't know how Trump has so much fucking energy. It's gotta be a little Adderall or something. It's gotta be something, a little upper. I mean, I don't wish death on anybody, because I know it'll happen eventually for everyone, right? So you don't really have to wish death. It's going to happen. It'll happen. It's the natural course of life. I just don't see Trump feasibly being sharp, mentally aware in his 80s. Now, let's say he does become a dictator and a king. Let's just say in this fantastical version, he becomes a dictator. Now he's in his third term, 82 to 86. He's running the country as an 85-year-old. The likes of which we've never seen. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Now, watch in 5 years when it's happening, and I'm listening to this from a fucking labor camp for the gays. We'll see. All right, let's get into our sponsors. You know them, you love them. We love them so much. It's Lucy Brown Coffee, baby. My favorite way to get coffee every single month is their coffee subscription. Every episode you hear me talking them up. I love them so much. A small, queer-owned business in Lexington, Kentucky. If you're ever in Lexington, Kentucky, stop by the coffee shop. It's very cute. They make you a mean fucking cup of joe, baby. Anything you want. They also serve cocktails. They have some, I think they have like muffins and stuff, but it's mostly really good coffee. I always get a nice Americano from them, quad, because I'm trying to have a heart of fucking attack. They have cocktails. I've never had one of their cocktails, but they look really fucking cute. Follow them on Instagram. You'll see what their drinks look like. It's very cute shit over there, Lucy Brown. You know I'm a big fan of their coffee subscription because, you know, I travel so much and I'd like to enjoy delicious coffee that I can make at home. But I don't have time to I'm not going to go out and procure coffee I've never heard of before and trust that it's good. So with this coffee subscription, it's amazing because they ship me a bag of coffee every single month straight to my door. And I know without doubt it's going to be good coffee. Every month it's a different roaster I've never heard of. It's a different, same kind of, I like dark roast. So it's always a dark roast blend, but it's like, it is the best coffee I have every fucking time. And I get to discover a new roaster, and I get to enjoy good coffee right in the comfort of my home. I highly recommend you check out their coffee subscription. It is amazing. All you got to do is simply fill out the form on their website, and then you'll get coffee beans sent straight to your door, starting at just $20 a month. That's nothing, bitch. Way cheaper than going out for coffee, that's for sure. Visit LucyBrownCoffee.com. That's LUSSI, browncoffee.com, and follow the coffee subscription button to get signed up today. And if you use the code Heather Shaw is kidding, you'll get 10% off your first order. That's a good fucking deal. So check out Lucy Brown, get that coffee subscription, and if you're ever in Lexington, Kentucky, go to their coffee shop. You will not be disappointed. Shout out to Sarah Brown, the owner. We love you. Thank you, Lucy Brown, for sponsoring this show. All right, Sean Kingston has been found guilty. Shawnee boy. You may know Sean Kingston if you're an elder millennial like me. You're way too beautiful, girl. It's why you could never work. You have me suicidal, suicide. That song. That's his only song that I know. That song came out, God, can we guess when that song came out? It's Beautiful by Sean Kingston. I'm going to say 2009. Beautiful Girls by Sean Kingston. That's what it's called. That 2007. God damn. That's almost 20 years ago. I don't know how this guy, I mean, this is why this guy was, running the con he was running. He had one hit song in 2007. He may have done other stuff that I'm not aware of. I'm not a big Kingston head. But yeah, he's been found guilty of he got a guilty verdict in his fraud case. Him and his mom were found guilty of various counts of fraud. Now, I guess I get it. If you had one hit in 2007, that's crazy. One hit in 2007, yeah, you're going to be doing some fucking fraud to stay afloat. What else you going to do? He should have went on tour with Soulja Boy and just called it the 07 Club. So, the court reportedly found him and his mother, Janice Turner, guilty of various counts of wire fraud in their federal case. Federal case. Oof. Scamming various businesses out of a total of over $1 million over the course of a few years. Apparently what he would do is he would kind of get companies to give him free product, Escalades, jewelry, TVs, and say that he was going to pay them and would send him a check, I think, and the check would bounce essentially, or would never send payment, and then he would never send back the product. So he was just using his name to get free product. Honestly, using your name as somebody who was popular in, let's just say 2007 to 2009, let's give him 2 years of being popular, and that was almost 20 years ago. It's kind of it's kind of on the companies. Why are you giving fucking product? First of all, accept the payment first. Give the product once you've been paid. Don't take Sean Kingston's word for it. He said he wanted to kill himself because a woman was too beautiful. That's not a strong man. He posted to his Instagram, lately they've been trying to break me on the daily. Broken heart emoji. Yeah, I mean, are they trying to break you, or did you just get caught being a fraudster? While he and his mother, Janice, wait for their sentence, he will serve house arrest and she will remain in federal custody. Yikes. It seems like the mom was at more fault here. It seems like maybe they were able to convince the judge that this was the mom's plan, or this was the mom's scheme, and Kingston just went along for the ride. I know that his defense at one point was, that he was just a kid and he didn't really know what his finances were. Sean Kingston's 35 years old. You can't sit up in court with a 35-year-old and be like, Your Honor, this is all his mom. He was just a kid. He's just a kid running these schemes a year ago. He was only 34. You can't really pull that fucking card. Kingston also took to social media to wish his mother well and to make it clear that she has his full support. My only queen forever. I love you. I promise this is not the end. He captioned an Instagram story post of a picture of his mom. She's not going to see that. She's in federal custody. I don't know who he's talking to. This reminds me of when you when a parent posts happy 1 year to my baby, and they post a picture of their child who's 1 year old, or somebody posts a birthday picture for their dog and they're like, I love you so much. It's like, who they're never going to see this. Your dog can't read. I'm not calling your dog dumb, but it's a dog. Who is this for? Stop directing your weird Instagram birthday posts to your 2-year-old. I mean, maybe she'll see it later on, but even then, that's embarrassing. I would never want that. I would never want to see that. I didn't tell you to post a picture of me in my fucking diaper. Mom, take that down. Thank God Facebook wasn't around when my mom was a parent. Oh my God, she'd be drinking wine and posting nudes of me nonstop. Look at her little clit. Look at that baby clit. We call her baby clit around the house. Hey, baby clit. That would be my mom with social media if she was a mom now. Well, baby clit took her first steps. She's still a little bitch. Yeah, they're going to receive their sentences over the fraud case on July 11th, so they can chill until then. If everything goes according to schedule, they're supposedly, let's see, how much time are they facing? Other civil cases against Sean will also continue. This financial strain and accountability process, perhaps this fraud case. Either way, the 35-year-old, I don't know how much time he's facing. I think it's like serious. I think it's like 20 to 50 years. Here's the thing. Sean Kingston, you should have taken a note from the Queen, Jen Shaw. Because Jen Shaw was, I'm innocent. I'm going to trial. I'm not guilty of wire fraud. I'm going to trial. And then the day before the trial, she's like, and plead guilty. You know why? Because she's like, I'd rather take 6 years pleading guilty than 20 being found guilty by a jury. You know? Sean Kingston, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking, that he didn't just plead guilty to this federal case. He said, take it to trial, bitch. They'll know me for my 2007 hit, Beautiful Girls. They certainly did not give a fuck, Sean. And now you're found guilty. Now you're facing like 20 to 50 years. He'll probably get way reduced somehow. I don't know. Sell his house, pay off people. Still, yikes. All right, another accusation for an impractical joker. Another inappropriate allegation. Jesus Christ. This time it's James Murray. If you want to hear my well thought out take on this, listen to the last episode. I think it's called Kanye West Has a Death Wish. I don't really remember what it's called. I talk about the allegations against Joe Gatto. I go deep into them. I'm going to do this one lightly because we've already really went into this. It's just another impractical joker. It's another, middle-aged man with weird teenage girl accusations. James Murray, otherwise known as Murr from Impractical Jokers, is under scrutiny after a Reddit user accused him of exchanging inappropriate messages with her when she was a minor. The allegations emerged on March 27th, just days after fellow comedian Joe Gatto faced separate sexual misconduct claims. The woman shared screenshots on the subreddit r Impractical Jokers. She went right to the source on that Reddit. She said, hey fans, listen up. Your boy Murr's a real creep. She posted messages which allegedly took place from February 2012 to 2013 when the fan was 16 years old and Murray was 35. Now, Joe Gatto was 48, messaging a 19-year-old. Legal but gross. James Murray's 35, messaging a 16-year-old. Highly illegal. Highly gross. Woo! Woo! This one right here, officer. We've got a pedophile. No, what's the, it's actually not a pedophile. Attraction to teens. God, my Google search is not going to be great. I'm going to get a call from the feds. What is it called when you're attracted to teens? Ephebophilia. Ephebophilia is the primary sexual interest in mid to late adolescence. So he's an ephebophile. Woo! Lock this one up. In one message, Murray reportedly wrote, haha, you're awesome. Once you turn 18, email me the same question and I'll be happy to answer. I think she asked him something like, will you wait till I'm 18? Now, you can go ahead and say, hey, that's on her. And to, again, which I say, she's a fucking idiot teenage girl. Okay? She doesn't know any better. She's a child. Think of all the dumb fucking things you did. You're probably still doing dumb fucking shit. But really think about the things you were doing when you were 16. Okay? Give them a break. If you're going to give yourself grace for being a fucking moron as a teenager, you got to give her grace. Anyways, the girl teased him about staying single until she came of age. He allegedly replied, I'll do my best, promise. It's just gross, you know. She also released a lot of pictures. Like, he's in a fedora being a real dork. Let's read some of these messages. James. Oh, she's texting him. It's not even on Instagram DM. She got that guy's number, baby. God, he's such a dork. In this photo, he's posing with her. She blurred her face out because she's a teenager. He's wearing a fedora and like doing a methinks pose. Ew, God, what a dork. I'm trying to, sometimes when I read texts that people post, I can't tell who's who. You're like, wait, which one's the blue? Which one's the... Okay, he says, if only I were like 10 blocks away. She said, oh, come on, it's 5 a.m. I'm in bed. He said, I'm not. She said, I know you're not. You should be, LOL. You know, the LOL. He said, you're right, but that's no fun. She said, very true. He said, oh, well, I guess I'll just go to sleep. She said, oh, babe, I'm sorry. You know I wish I could come be with you. but, I'm 16 and can't leave the house. And then he said, prove it. And she said, haha, ooh. It's weird to get curved by a 16-year-old when you're a full-on 35-year-old. He said, drunk, why aren't you here? She said, oh my God, I'm sorry. I wish I had been. I was so tired. He said, still awake and drunk. She said, where are you? He said, at my place. So damn drunk. If you were here. Ew, what a dork. She said, I wish I was there. I'd love to see your apartment, though. Can you show me on Thursday? He said, you should be here right now. Yuck. Look, I don't know. Breaking news, middle-aged white guy, not even white, let's scratch that. Breaking news, middle-aged/older dude is being creepy to teenagers. More at 11. I mean, that's what I think. Okay, it'd be more shocking if you show me a 40-year-old who's never been a fucking creep to women. Can you do that? I'd rather that breaking news. That's more interesting to me at this point. I mean, it's not shocking. It's not surprising. It's creepy and gross, but it's not like, what? An older man lusts after teenage girls who can barely drive and can't legally vote? Crazy. Show me an older man who is, if you were to present him with a 16-year-old, he'd go like, ew, go away from me. Ew. Show me that guy. And he can't be gay. He's got to be straight. And then I'll suck that guy's dick, okay? It's not even news to me at this point. It's like, yeah, I'm going to assume every man I've met would absolutely text a 16-year-old. Sorry. Is that stereotyping? Sure. But it's like 9 out of 10 times, I'm not wrong, baby. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is Kanye West, his interview in a black Klan outfit with DJ Academics. He showed up to an interview with DJ Academics in iced out swastika necklace and then proceeded to put on a black Klan outfit, dressing as, cosplaying as a group of people who would want nothing to do with him because he's black. I made this joke online. It'd be like me joining Grindr and being like, hey boys, I'm here. My holes are all for you, baby boys. Get it while it's cold, boys. Who wants this vagina? Like, what, bitch? I don't belong. Kanye West he's really just gone. He needs a conservatorship. I know that conservatorships are cruel and unusual and should not be utilized. But if we're gonna waste almost 2 decades on Britney Spears being under one, and we almost Wendy Williams is having to escape one, he can be under one for a little bitch. He can be under one because I can't imagine what his children think. Kim Kardashian is just kind of like, well, fuck, this backfired. Kanye went on the interview and claimed a few things. Number one, this is how I knew he was certifiable. He claimed that Drake was better than Kendrick. So right away, he's a hater and he's out of his mind. He's severely mentally ill because that's just insane. That's insane. That's more insane than the swastika necklace to be like, yeah, Drake's better than Kendrick. If you don't shut the fuck up. He also claimed that John Legend smells like mashed potatoes. That's a fun one. I like that claim. That John Legend just walks around smelling like the Boston market. He's giving Mary Cosby vibes, Kanye. Recently, KKK Kanye is really giving Mary Cosby vibes. A little unhinged, a little funny, but scary. Wouldn't want to be in a room with them alone. They're going to be rude. They're like children. They're very brutally honest, and it hurts, and it's maybe all just lies. You don't really know the truth because they're unwell, mentally ill and unwell. Mary Cosby, Kanye West, mentally ill and unwell. They should join the Unwell podcast. Alex Cooper's thing. She should have on legit unwell people to do podcasts. If she's going to call her podcast network Unwell, then she's going to have on Kanye West for his own podcast, Mary Cosby, Elon Musk. Get all the unwell people on a podcast. Own up to your name, bitch. He also claimed that he knew after 2 months of being with Kim Kardashian that he did not want kids with her, and yet it was God's plan that they had kids together. He had 4 kids with her. As we all know, I know their names. North, Chicago, Saint, Balenciaga, Queef Nugget. I don't know. At what point does it become you not pulling out? Is it God's plan, or is it you not being able to pull out? Also, I think some of those kids were surrogates. So, golly, that's science's plan. I don't think that's God's plan. I think that's Einstein's. You know what I mean? He's just going crazy. He's just going absolutely crazy. It's not really been interesting or entertaining. You know, he called Beyonce's kids retarded. He's, going on interviews in black klan outfits. It's just dumb. And part of me is just hoping that he's a clone. Like, if I wanted to be a crazy conspiracy theorist, I think they kidnapped Kanye West. They're locked him up somewhere. They made a clone. And they're making Kanye West watch what they do with this clone to embarrass and humiliate his name so that he'll never be known as the legend he is. I don't think that's really what's going on. That would make for a great movie. But part of me is hoping that that's the truth. That Kanye West is locked up somewhere going, oh my God, no. Now everyone thinks I want... But I really do think he's mentally ill. He's been fucked over by what he perceives to be Jewish people in the industry. I don't know. I think his viewpoint is I think he's wearing swastikas and being pro-Klan in a Nazi because he hates Jewish people in the industry. It's very weird. Again, it's kind of like when you meet black people who are homophobic, when it's like, you've been oppressed. How are you going to also be the oppressor towards another group? But it happens. It happens regardless. So I think that's his motive. He's going crazy. He really does not like Jewish people due to Jewish people in the industry who maybe have fucked him over. I don't know who that would have been. He was always wildly successful. He's a musical genius. It just seems like some kind of scapegoat mental health issue. I don't really know. But it's already way too much to come back from. I can't see. We're very forgiving of Kanye West, okay? He's not in a conservatorship. People just kind of look at him and go, wow, that's crazy. Anyways, if this was a woman, people would be calling for her to be arrested and locked up and, death sentence. So, and there would be a lot more jokes. I'm not seeing a lot of jokes online about Kanye West. It's just a lot of like, dang, he's crazy. Nobody's making a lot of, if this is Britney Spears doing this, wearing a swastika necklace, wearing a Klan outfit, the jokes would be nonstop. They'd be on late night TV. They'd be, but men get to be taken a little bit more seriously when they're having an episode, and it doesn't get reduced to, this bitch is crazy. Oh my God, LOL. It just gets reduced to like, dang, he's really going through it. So it's kind of bullshit. And it's going to be hard for him to come back from this. He absolutely can because he's a man and he's a musical genius. But every day he gets a little more in the hole. And I don't know what Kanye West will be doing in 10 years. It's really interesting to think about that. Someone like that. It's like Bieber. It's like, do these people get better? Bieber's not done anything at all like Kanye West. I'm not relating them. But it is just weird. We shall see. I don't know if he'll have custody of his kids. We'll see. All right, that's been the show. Thank you so much for listening. A lot going on in this episode, huh? Hope you enjoyed it. All right, upcoming shows. Baltimore tonight, Long Island this weekend. I'm in Belmore Friday, Levittown Saturday, Uncasville, Connecticut Sunday at the Mohegan Sun. And then coming up, we've got Chicago, New Brunswick, New Jersey, New York City, Bridgeport, Connecticut, St. Louis, Boston, Napa, California for the Napa Valley Stream Fest, happening April 24th through the 27th. Jason Siegel's going to be there. It's going to be very fun. Flagstaff, Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, Poughkeepsie, New York, Los Angeles, Bristol, Tennessee, Westchester, PA, Royal Oak, Michigan, Louisville, Kentucky, Nashville, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Colorado Springs. Denver is being added soon, by the way. Colorado Springs tickets are on sale now. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Columbus, Ohio, Massillon, Ohio, Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're adding cities in Batavia, Illinois. We're adding shows in these cities. Batavia, Illinois, Minneapolis, Minnesota coming soon. Portland, Maine, Denver, Austin, Indianapolis, Raleigh, and more. All tickets are at heathershawcomedy.com. Come out to a show. You won't regret it. Everybody has a very fun time. It's always, always very fun and very unhinged. Don't forget to rate and review. I sound like a demon burping. Don't forget to rate and review this podcast and join the Patreon if you want an extra episode of this podcast every single week. Like clockwork, bitch. That's patreon.com/Heather Shaw Comedy. Until next time, thanks so much for listening. Stay gay. All right, see ya.